to the Blade Files.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Ice with Cosplay. The Blade Files is back after, I don't know, a good month of doing nothing, I suppose. Got an interview today, thank God, thanks to Keryn McNamara. That's who we're going to go and see, so just waiting on her to get ready and we'll go and do it. But just, I don't know, I suppose so you know, the reason I've been so quiet is because the last interview I did and the one I was really looking forward to the most, I kind of messed up, so I spent like 2 or 3 weeks trying to get it right and I just couldn't do it because I'm not that good at editing sound. So yeah, basically what happened was I did an interview with Kellyanne Thorpe and I placed the camera a little too close to a water fountain, and basically all you could hear was the sound of the water fountain all the way through the video. So thanks to Michelle though for giving me some really good pointers on what not to do, and being a super awesome umbrella for 3/4 of the interview, and sort of standing over the phone, which is my video camera, with the stand, making sure no water gets on it because it was not the best day to be taking an interview. So anyway, that's what we're going to go and do today. Like I said, the cutting edge is coming back. I don't know what else we're going to get done after Keryn, but I think with where we're doing it, it's kind of a cosplay house. So, I mean, there's all her flatmates that could potentially, well hopefully, I know one of them's keen on doing it. So that's going to be coming up too. We're going to get an interview with Christina Windsor, I hope I said that name right. She's going to be our very first fairy on the cutting edge, so look forward to that. But like I said, today we're going to go and check out Keryn McNamara. That's going to be coming soon. Check it out. Right guys, we're back with the new 10th installment, because the last 10th installment for the Blade Files I fucked up, so this is going to be the new one. So today we're going to interview Keryn McNamara.
Hi.
And today she's cosplaying as
Sebastian from Black Butler.
like we always do, we'll just jump straight into it.
Yeah.
So let's begin with how long you've been cosplaying for and how did you get started?
I started in 2013, and there aren't actually any pictures of my first cosplay, which is really bad. It was basically just some goth clothes that I pulled out of my wardrobe. I cosplayed as Death from the Sandman comics, because I was really into the Sandman comics at the time. And so just pulled out some black clothes and made a really cheesy Ankh out of like tinfoil and stuff, and yeah, just wore it to get it, and was really surprised that people actually recognised the character, considering it was really half-assed. It really was. They recognised the character and they liked the character, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I was just, you know, dressing up just for the hell of it, and yeah. So then I got more into it. I was, the first Auckland Armageddon I went as in just Lolita, but then the next year I got really into Black Butler, and so I was looking at my wardrobe and was just like, what do I have that I can, you know, modify or something like that. And I had a long red coat. There was two characters in there that had long red coats. I was like, oh, I'll give this one a shot, and it was a male character, and I never really considered that I would be cosplaying male characters. I was always like, you know, I'm a girl, I should cosplay girls. Yeah. And now I just cosplay male characters, because the costumes are just cooler, especially in anime. Like, I used to read some manga and be like, oh man, that male costume is so cool, it's all black and, you know, all got the embellishments on it, it's real cool. And then you look at the girl's costume, it's like, that's really white. there's lots of lace and stuff on there. I don't want to cosplay that. Ew, that's going to get filthy in 5 minutes, you know? So, yeah. So then I sort of ended up that I just cosplay guys now, so, yeah.
Do you consider, like, your cosplays to be more just femme versions of the characters, or no, it's crossplay?
It's crossplay. Yeah, I do crossplay. I don't find much, but, you know, that's kind of hard, so, yeah.
What is cosplay really about for you?
I'm a fangirl. that's pretty much it. I'm just a massive fan. I just love the series so much that I just look at the costumes and go, oh wow, that's so cool. I love this character. I have to be this character, you know. And yeah, I'm just a huge fan of the series that I cosplay. Like usually if I cosplay something, like I get carried away. Like this character here, I've got 3 other cosplays that I can do for this character. And it's the same with a lot of my other costumes. If I love the character, I'm going to be doing like 3 or 4 different cosplays for the same character just because I love it.
Are they like variations from the series or your own variations of it?
I haven't done very many of my own variations, but they're usually variations from the series if there's something that I've seen that is, you know, even if it's just art from the author or something like that. I'm not the only one, especially with Black Butler. There's a couple in Thailand, and they cosplay every single piece of art.
Wow.
And it's just like, whoa, you guys are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your main motivations behind the cosplays that you do, and how do you go about picking one?
I have to have an emotional connection to the character. I'm not one of those people who can just look at it. Like, I'll look at some costumes and be like, oh wow, that is a really cool costume. But I have to have the emotional connection because, I mean, cosplay is expensive, it's time consuming. I've got to be like looking at it going, oh man, I love this character just is a reflection of me, it's very close to how I act and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, this costume in particular, it's a no-brainer. I adore Sebastian. I've got like heaps of Sebastian stuff. I've got all the manga, I've got all the books, I've got everything like that. And I've made a lot of effort to make it authentic and stuff. So yeah, it is. I've got to be really emotionally invested in the characters. So,
Indeed.
yeah, I've done some cosplays where I wasn't.
Yeah.
I've never been happy with those cosplays. One of them never saw the light of day because I was just like, don't like it. Didn't like the character. It was only cosplaying it because another thing was cosplaying it, and I was like, didn't want to do it in the end. So yeah.
So you very much do it 100% or don't bother at all?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
On that note, check out the setting as well.
Yep.
Next interview, beat that. How much do you like to embody the character, and is it all about becoming the character for the day for you?
I find it difficult to become the character for the day. I really have to, like, some characters are easier than others. My other cosplay from Black Butler is very flamboyant and very excited, and I tend to get really excited when I'm at cons and stuff. And it's very difficult because this one's very straight-laced. He's very formal. You know, you behave this way. You don't do other stuff, and so it's kind of a little bit. I get too excited, and then I'm like, man, I'm so not in character. So yeah, but yeah, this one's more probably closer to my actual personality. But yeah, because he's very strict. He's very severe. He's got to do things very perfectly and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, trying to be serious at a con, that's just
I know,
impossible.
it's absolutely impossible. Yeah.
How much does your love of cosplay affect your life outside of it?
Oh, my life is entirely cosplay. I mean, I'm looking for a job at the moment, and I'm looking specifically for a job that is not anything to do with cosplay, like not anything to do with sewing or anything. Like, I've got these people who are helping me, and they're like, oh, let's look for something that's sewing, and I'm like, nah, couldn't do it, because otherwise I've got to go home and do the sewing afterwards, because I've got to do it, because, yeah, I mean, I've got about 20 cosplays planned for next year, and I've got about 4 that I've currently got on the plans for the end of this year. And it's absolutely nuts. I mean, I've got one friend who's coming back from Japan, and she's just on the acid with her cosplay. So she's got about 50 cosplays that she's got. And I'm there going, and then she's like, oh, we're going to pair up cosplay. And I'm like, oh crap. that wasn't the world's best idea to pair up cosplay with her because yeah, she's yep. So now I've got all these other ones. I mean, I'm gonna love doing them because some of them are. I've got a lot of kimonos that I'm going to be making and a lot of traditional Japanese costumes and Chinese costumes. So I'm really looking forward to them. But there's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and hot fabric. Those they use a lot of fabric.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Like they look like their clothes are like a million layers.
Oh yeah, yeah. Beautiful to wear though. Nice to wear. Like you feel warm in summer and you feel cool in summer because the sleeves are very flowy.
Yeah.
And it's quite loose. And in winter they come up nicely. So yeah.
Useful.
Yeah.
Could catch on.
Kimonos, beautiful. Beautiful.
Well, in Hamilton winters probably could catch on. Maybe. Useful.
Yeah.
How do your friends and family view your love of cosplay?
Well, my friends are usually fine with it because all my friends are cosplayers. I mean, I live in a cosplay house. They're my other two flatmates. They're all cosplayers. There's costume stuff all over the place. That's from one cosplayer, that's from the other one, and yeah, there's just costuming stuff everywhere in this house. Last year I wasn't living in a cosplay house, and that was a little bit like my flatmates there. They were a little bit like, I hadn't known them before we moved in, and they were like, you're weird. Why you got weird eyes, and why you got weird hair and stuff, and I was like, okay. But my family thinks I'm nuts. My family thinks I'm nuts. Like, I ran to my mum's house, and if I'm wearing contacts and stuff, it's like, ugh! And that's her instant response. Ugh! It's like, oh, Mum, really? But my niece, my 7-year-old niece, she loves it. I made costumes for her. I made her the Elsa dress, and I took her to Armageddon last year. And she was little Elsa, and I was wearing this costume, and we walked around, and she got on the stage for the parade and everything. She loved it. I've also taken her to cosplay picnics. I'll be taking her to the cosplay picnic in August. I'll need to make her another costume because I think she's outgrown the last ones. Kids, man, they grow so fast. So yeah, I'm designing a new costume for her, but I like designing costumes for her because she likes the princess costumes, the girl costumes, and because I cosplay boys, I don't get the option to do well, some of my costumes are pretty. I mean, my red kimono, that is pretty. I feel very pretty wearing that. But most of my other costumes, you know, I've got to be manly, you know. It's very difficult to do when you're really girly. And anyway, so making her costumes, I get to do the princess dress thing. So yeah, I liked making the Elsa dress. It was fun. I saw the movie. I was like, oh, I want to make that dress. Don't want to wear it. I want to make it. And she was like, I want to be Elsa. So I was like, yes, this works.
What was it about cosplay that initially pulled you in? Like, had you heard about Armageddon and seen it? And thought, geez, I want to do that.
As soon as Hamilton got the first Armageddon that it had here, I was like, oh man, I'm so going to that. That was the first Armageddon I'd ever been to. I've never managed to get to the Auckland ones because it was always, you know, Auckland's kind of a bit far away and it was pricey, and I didn't realise, you know, how fun it was. So, and I was like, well, if I'm going, there's no way I'm not going in some form of costume, you know. So I did the Death half-ass cosplay for the first one that I went to, and then I did and then I just did like Gothic Lolita for Auckland that year, and then I went the next Hamilton and the next Auckland. I was not prepared. I was not prepared for the Auckland anyway, because I had a Black Butler group there, and it was quite a fairly big Black Butler group. I was not prepared. We had to run to the toilets. Like, literally, there was so many people who were like, can we have a photo with you? Can we have a photo with you?
Take note of this.
I was like, oh no, I am not prepared for this. like we got there, it was so late. because we've been stuck in traffic for a couple of hours trying to get off that bloody off-ramp. And so we got on the off-ramp at 10 a.m. We got off it at Con at 12 a.m. It was like, whoa. So we finally got in there, and we were looking for the toilets, and it was just like, this is absolute. We were just getting stopped every 5 seconds. It was just absolutely crazy. I hadn't expected it, and when you just, I mean, I had quite a few people asking for photos with me at, like I was expecting, you know, maybe a couple of people, but I was like, I couldn't believe how much this anime was. I mean, this anime came out in 2006.
Yeah.
I was like, surely it's not still popular now. Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah.
Did you like that side of it though?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
Cool.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah. I mean, there's still photos that show up sometimes, and I'm just like, oh man, that is so cool.
Do you think cosplay is just for nerds, or what? Do you even think it's nerdy? Or do you think it's quite mainstream now?
I think it's becoming a lot more mainstream.
Yeah.
I don't mind that it's becoming a lot more mainstream. I'm just like, you know, if you want to do it, then go for it. I don't agree with cosplaying to your body type, because I don't do that, because I'm just like, screw that, I'm going to cosplay what I want. I'm cosplaying, you know, what I love, you know, I'm not going to be, you know, cosplaying to my age and my body type, because I'm kind of old too, so yeah.
Yeah, I know how you feel.
Don't like to act my age ever. So, yeah, but because I see a lot of people who post on like Cosplay New Zealand, and they're asking, oh, what should I cosplay, you know? And I always look at that and say, you got to cosplay what you love.
Yeah.
If you don't have that passion, if you don't have that drive for it, you're not going to be wanting to spend how long you're going to be spending doing it, and how much you're going to be spending doing it.
Yeah.
On, you know, you got to have that passion for it. You've got to absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I mean, when I look at some of my, like my more basic costumes, I mean, I try and keep it as cheap as possible.
Yeah.
But even like the cheapest costume, where I've pretty much picked up everything from the op shop, it's going to be at least $200 at least.
Yeah.
You know, it's not cheap, and it's time consuming. You know, it's not. Yeah. So you don't want to be. You want to be doing something that you're absolutely going to be like, oh yeah, this is going to be awesome, and yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that with cosplay gaining popularity with the general public, that it could be a bad thing for cosplay to be considered mainstream?
I don't really think so. If there's the passion there, then I think it's okay.
Yeah.
If there's just people who are just, you know, jumping on the bandwagon, then, you know, like a lot of people, I've heard that a lot of people are all, like I follow Jess Negri. And a lot of people are like, oh, Jess Negri, you know, she just does the sexy costumes, and she does. I mean, the girl is gorgeous. I mean, she is gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous. I've seen her costumes where she hasn't done, you know, the you know, she freely admits it too. You know, she's not, you know. But I don't think that there's a bad thing there. I think that, you know, every photo that I've seen her in, she looks like she's having fun. You know, that's the main thing. If you're having fun, sorry, I'll get the courier parcel. It's going to be interesting. Hi. Delivery for Edit. Okay. Your first name? Kira.
Yeah.
No, costumes. Oh, okay. Who's that from? Rabbit! Who doesn't live here. Right, well, I'll see him tomorrow morning. Sorry about that.
Sweet.
I was wondering whether that was coming here, but then I was like, is that here? Yeah. I thought it was Christina, but then I'm like, no, was that true? Hello?
Hi. Jump straight in. Are there certain websites you use for advice when you start to make a new cosplay, or do you just
pick a project and get to work with what you know?
I generally, I use Google Image a lot and go through that just to get as many reference pictures as possible, because I'm always like, you've got to have so many reference pictures, just pictures from every single angle. Hope like hell that they've got pictures of the back, because if they don't have pictures of the back, sometimes it's like, I don't know what the back of this costume looks like. Yeah. I've got one costume, well actually it's 5. I did 5 costumes and the only picture I had was just a front angle. And I did 5 costumes from it. Well, I'm in the process of making 2 of them, but I've made 3 of them, and it was just from, yeah, trial and error.
Wow.
And just imagining what the back looked like and hoping for the best. But nobody had ever made them before, so I was like, oh, there's a little bit of a challenge there, and they're quite popular characters, so I was like, let's see how it goes.
What techniques do you use build-wise, and which do you favour? Like, obviously you sew a lot, but like, are you planning to work with foam a bit, or?
I hand sew. I hand sew everything. I own a sewing machine and I still hand sew everything. I'm a little bit crazy like that. My red kimono, the big one,
yeah,
it's fully lined, and I hand sewed it all. And I hand sewed it all the night before for Hamilton Armageddon, because I was supposed to enter it in the competition and I didn't manage to get it done. But yeah, that was crazy. I procrastinated. I was moving the month before, and it got really complicated. Like, I was half moved into this house, and then they said I wasn't allowed to move into this house, and it was so complicated. And I had to be out of this other house, and I was just like, oh man, this is just a nightmare. So it took me a lot to sort of get back into actually being able to costume, and by the time I did, it was too late. So I've been finishing that up at the moment. I love working with vinyl at the moment. Vinyl is my favourite thing. I made that scabbard, that sword, out of vinyl. I did some aborted efforts where I made it out of cardboard. It just wasn't working.
Yeah.
I was doing it with Eva and cardboard, and I was just like, ugh. But I do a lot of the detailing in Eva.
Yeah.
My favourite thing to use though is nail polish.
Really?
I use nail polish on almost everything. All of my props that I make, I use it on jewellery. I painted an entire sword. All the detailing work on the hilt of the sword is all done with nail polish.
You must have a lot of empty
I have a nail polish. I've got 4 bottles there. I've got about 5 bottles over there, and I've got a bag full of nail polish in there. I painted this entire sword out of nail polish, actually.
They're not exactly the biggest brushes either.
All the detailing work, did that all in nail polish.
Wow.
And all the black bits I did in nail polish. And I do most of my stuff in nail polish because it seals it. It's waterproof, and you don't have to do doubling up, you know. I tried using the glue spray, but I think I bought the wrong stuff. The Ados glue spray, and you spray it, and then you spray spray paint on. It didn't work. I didn't like it very much, so I was just like, flag that, I'll just use nail polish. And I've also used it, painting vinyl is easy with nail polish, doesn't crack, sinks in there. I used it accidentally actually, because I was like, I've run out of paint for something, and I was like, what else do I have that I could use, because it was between pays and kind of wanted to get it done because I had the momentum, and when you got the momentum you don't want to stop, you got to keep going and until it's done. And then I was just like, oh, I've got a bowl of nail polish, okay, I'll try that. And so I did, and it worked out fantastically. So I was like, yeah, I'll continue using nail polish. I've used nail polish on shoes, I've used nail polish on a walking stick cane. I do detailing in hot glue, and then I put nail polish over top of that. I use
Insane
nail polish for
thinking.
everything. And I made my gun, I painted it out of nail polish too. Yeah, I go through so many bottles though.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, my sword took 2 bottles of nail polish to do.
That's not bad considering.
That's $4.
Yeah, that's
$4.
$4.
And that's that. I consider that to be quite cheap, considering if you get spray glue, you know, that's about $15.
Yeah.
Spray paint,
Off the bat.
you know. And if you're going with the PVA option, it's still, you know.
Yeah,
And you still got to seal it. You still got to colour it. You still got to seal it. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, nail polish, I could colour it and seal it. Yay!
There's a tip for you. That's funny too, because like when we had a themed birthday party for and like musicians was the theme, and I did like a Little John character, and like to make a, I don't know why I never thought about this for anything cosplay related, but for my crunk cup, I thought I'd use gold nail polish just to use gold paint, and then once I'd done that, I completely forgot about it for anything cosplay related. So nail polish, sealant and colour.
Yep.
What stores do you go to for your material, and which are your favourites?
Dave's.
Everyone in
David's
Hamilton's going to say Dave's.
I love David's Emporium. Not only do I love it, I also love Cheryl, the fabric lady. She is fabulous.
Yeah, they're good
she
people.
Is so good. I went in there once and she gave me the best tip ever. She was like, I was going in there and I was like, I'm going to be making, I was making the space coat actually, and I was making a few other Black Butler stuff. And I was like, I've never made patterns before, and I'm trying to make them from existing clothing that I've got. And I said to her, which does suck. And I said to her, what would she suggest for using for making patterns? She said this stuff called frost cloth. You get it from warehouse for like $5 for about 7 meters. It's good stuff. It's like a fabric. It's soft. It's quite strong. You can even sew it, and you just lay it out. You can draw on it in vivid pen. You can draw it in just biro pen. You know, you can draw on it. You can write on it. The stuff is great.
Frostcloth from the warehouse.
For
just to
making
repeat that.
existing patterns out of stuff. You know, it is just absolutely fantastic, and you can keep them. Which is the best part about it. You can keep the patterns because they're just like that. I introduced Christina to it, and she's just like, why have I not found this stuff earlier? And I was like, I went in there and asked Cheryl. I was just like, what do you suggest? And I was just thinking she'd just say, you know, some form of tracing paper or something like that. And she was like, nah, get this cloth. This cloth is the best. It's so good. It is so cheap. It's cheaper than like calico and stuff. So if you wanted to make up, I've actually made up mock-ups of costumes.
Yeah.
You know, I think you can get like 25 meters by 1 meter for like $12 or something like that. It lasts forever. It's like this big roll of stuff. It's great. It's great stuff. Yeah.
Definitely something to look into.
Yeah, but Dave's is the best. Dave's is always the best. My fabric for Kojaku was almost entirely from Dave's. There's another fabric place in Auckland that is fabulous as well. I'm hopefully going to be getting to go there this weekend, so I'm kind of excited about that too. I don't have any money, but they've got stuff for $1.50 a metre.
Yeah.
I went there and I got the perfect fabric for this top I was making. I got it for $1.50 a metre. I got nearly 3 metres of the stuff, and it was like this really awkward blue. Like it was like a sea blue. It was so difficult to find. I had so much difficulty. I was looking everywhere for it, and I wanted something that was kind of a little bit shiny. I think this was kind of a lining fabric, I think, but it was quite thick, so it was not bad. I got it for $1.50 a metre. I was wrapped.
Cosplay winning.
Getting cheap stuff is always the best. $2 shops are the best.
Yeah.
$2 shops are great. And op shops.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, I got this coat here, this tailcoat. I got this for $9 from a Red Cross. And then all I needed to do with it was just put the tail on the back and buy all the buttons. and sadly the buttons pushed me way over budget because they're like $20. $20 on buttons.
Strange how that works out. The smallest things are the most expensive thing on your costume.
Yeah, I had to get all the buttons because he's got like thousands of buttons everywhere. So yeah, they broke the budget. But yeah, the coat itself. Because I like to get men's shirts as well. Because women's shirts, they're really tailored for women. But I don't know why they're tailored for women, because every time you wear them, they're not tailored well for women, and there's like always gaps down the front, and it's like, oh wow, this is horrible. So I buy men's shirts for my cosplayers because they fit better, they sit nicer, and yeah, it just, yeah. I've got a lot of white men's shirts just for my cosplays. Because I cosplay a lot of...
It's not because she gets lucky in town all the time. How do you deal with, like, the cosplay build block, or like when you just can't seem to get anything going?
I have to stop.
What do you do though?
I have to stop, and I have to think about it. Like when I was building like this sword and stuff that I've been building, I mean, I got blocked so many times with that. Like with the collar I was making, a lot of it is due to materials. Like sometimes you're making it out of one material and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So you have to stop, think about it, go out, hit Dave's, talk to the fabric lady, you know, see what she would suggest and stuff like that. Sometimes she's come up with some really good suggestions and stuff, so I usually, if I've got a block, I'll go in there and say, look, I'm just a little bit stuck on this thing, what would you suggest for actually doing that? And she's usually, you know, she comes up with something. Like I was doing the cardboard with that, and it just was not working. It was ugly. Like I've got, so here's what I was doing.
Yep.
With the Eva, and it was supposed to bend over. It's just ugly. I was just looking at that and just going, that's just ugly, like that, like it just wasn't working out. So then I went into Dave's, and she had some vinyl, and I've been working with the vinyl, and it's been working really well. And so I decided to get the vinyl, make it really close to the sword, and then put a zipper up the side so that it'll go in and out, because I was going to put snaps on the side.
Yep.
But then I was just like, that ain't working either. So I stopped, thought about it for a little while, bounced ideas with Christina and stuff, and was like, oh, that could work. And yeah, the zipper is working much better. Looks way better. Still has to have some snaps going on this side. I mean, it's still very much work in progress.
So, it always is.
Yep.
What's your favourite cosplay today? Like yours or someone else's or both?
My personal favourite of my own is my Kojaku, which is the big red kimono with the sword.
Yep.
That is my favourite. This one is kind of close as well because it's nice and easy to move in, but it is very dark and sort of severe, and you kind of sort of fade in the background. Although I don't usually fade in the background too much because I get screaming fangirls and stuff. So yeah, it is like when you cosplay Sebastian, I'm still blown away with how popular this anime is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always like, you know, no matter what con you go to, there's like somebody who's going to be going absolutely nuts about it. My Alba cosplay that I did, which I'm going to be wearing to the rave, I'm quite fond of that one too because it's super casual, and it's one that I can wear quite, I actually do wear quite regularly, just wandering around Hamilton. I do it all the time. I'm a bit nuts like that. Yeah.
Who or what are your greatest inspirations cosplay-wise?
I follow a lot of cosplayers. I have some cosplayers who are my absolute favourites. Coraline Cosplay is one of my favourites. I've been following her for a while. And I follow this other one, Zen, in in Australia. She's an amazing cosplayer. I've got quite a few. Reika is one of the best cosplayers. I think she's the best crossplayer anyway. The first time I saw a picture of her, I was like, that's a dude, right? That's so a dude. And if that is a dude,